Dave Bautista. Remove Mila Jovovich. Remove Paul W.S. Anderson. Dave, what are we doing? You were in Blade Runner 2049. I get it. Only for like 10 minutes. Less. Okay, I get it. Right? That's fine. You're in Dune 1 and 2, brother. Guardians 1 through 3, arguably the best MCU movies. What are we doing? You were in The Killer's Game. Was that last year? And I remember seeing that and going, damn. This ain't as good as I was hoping it was. And then this movie, I only went to because you were in it. When I saw the other two names on the poster, I said, oh shit. This ain't finna be good. And I was like, no, don't be biased because Dave's in it. I said, Dave is gonna give that performance. Ain't nobody broke. Ain't nobody need money like that. Did he owe somebody a fucking favor? I'd like to know. In the Lost Lands, let's get right into it.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it, I've got a story for you.
So in The Lost Lands stars Mila Jovovich and Dave Bautista. They put his name first, but it's really her movie because Paul W.S. Anderson's making it, so of course it's her movie. So I don't even know what to compare this to because I've never read the short story from George R.R. Martin. If this is exactly like the short story, then I guess he just wrote something that's a piece of shit. But I feel like this is a lie. So fuck, I don't even know where to start, bro. Like, just nobody's seen this. This is a full spoiler review. I'm just gonna spoil this fucking movie and just get into the parts I really hated, which wasn't everything, surprisingly. But it's the most of the movie. So basically, Mila Jovovich plays this gray witch. They call her like what is it? Alice the Gray Alice. That's what they call her. And it starts off with them like trying to hang her like these kind of like these Christian occult people. And I really liked some of not the cinematography. I almost fucked up. The cinematography's awful. This movie looks like brown pieces of shit. Like it just I can't see a damn thing. It's just dark. Lens flares off the wazoo. Like, you know, people like to bitch about Zack Snyder, but like, at least I can see what the fuck's going on. I couldn't see a damn thing in this film. But you know, this movie, like, you know, I'm going to give it some positives, has some decent things in it. For example, the Christian group, like the church or whatever they're called, like the Templars or whatever, they are like, whenever we get to, like, their base operations, or you start seeing them act, I was like, oh, this is, like, some Warhammer 40k shit. And it kind of gets kind of cool, and then they just every time it kind of gets kind of cool, I go, oh, okay, they just don't give a fuck. Okay. So, basically, she escapes. I'm just going to skip over that. The plot is this. Okay, so this warlord that took over in, like, the end times, they kind of allude that, like, nukes go off, like, destroy the whole world, whatever. So, it's like Fallout, okay? So basically, Grey Alice is a witch. They don't explain why she has powers. We don't get any of that. She's just a witch. I was okay. I'll buy into it, whatever. Fuck, man, this plot's all over the place. So basically, the warlord that takes over is like, he's like almost dead. Like, he's basically, I guess, had a stroke or some shit. They also don't explain what happened to him, but he can't move. He's in his bed. He's pissing himself doing sad. He's married to this black woman who is the queen, and she fucking hates his guts. She's fucking Dave Bautista. She's fucking her armed guard. She's really a whore. And they make it a point to call her a whore in the movie a couple times. I think that's actually kind of funny. I was fuck. I laughed at the first time he said it, not the other two times. But basically, she goes to Grey Alice, and she's like, hey, you have to grant me any wish, because Grey Alice, apparently, she's a whore for money, too, because she makes it a point in the movie to say multiple times that she can't refuse service. Like, if I asked her to fuck me, and I said, hey, I'll give you this cricket, she'd be like, I can't refuse you. Like, what the fuck? She can't refuse anybody. She makes it a point to tell you in the movie that she's like, I can't refuse a damn person. I was like, so, like, give me your powers, bitch. Okay, here's a donut. Alright, trade. Like, what the fuck? Anyways, it's stupid logic. I was like, I didn't get that. But anyways, so, the black woman goes to her. She's like, hey, let's, like, you know, she's like, I want, like, the powers of a beast. She's like, I want to be, like, a shapeshifter turned to, like, a fucking wolf. And then her armed guard somehow because this is like a one-way like tower they live up, right? Like imagine like the Dark Tower from Stephen King. It's like just like a big tower, and Grey House is up top, and like they're like the Queen talks. They leave. Armed guard dude, it's like about her guard or whatever. He goes back up there somehow without I guess Homegirl noticing. He's like, I need you to not grant her wish. And Grey House like okay. But the whole time she like goes and she's still gonna go get it, and I'm like, okay, if you're not gonna grant the wishes, don't do anything. She's like, no, I gotta go on this venture. So she goes and gets Dave Bautista, who is introduced like 20 minutes before this in like this fight scene that is pointless and doesn't need to be in this movie, like a bunch of other scenes in this movie. And I guess it's like his intro scene, but then he doesn't show up again for like 20 fucking minutes, so they make no sense. And so yeah, she's like, I need like a hunter. Apparently he's only one because of course he is, right? They go on this adventure, and I'm going to skip over almost everything because everything in this movie is pointless. So the only key things that happen in this movie, so they stop and they meet these two people that Dave Bautista's friends with. He then fucks the sister of the friend that he's with, and they're going together or whatever. And then the church at one point is like, hey, we're going to kill these people. We're going to torture them because you ran into them. And it's like, what the fuck? So Dave Bautista is then like, no, you killed my woman, whatever, fuck, even though I'm fucking that black woman, but you killed my other woman, right? And then within like the next day, after them fighting demons and stuff, don't tell us how that exists either. He then tells Mila Jovovich, he's like, I'm basically in love with you. And I was like, what the fuck? Your woman just died yesterday, bud. The main twist, okay? I hate I'm spoiling this whole movie, but I also don't because you're not gonna watch this. Turns out Dave Bautista is actually the werewolf they're looking for. And Mila Jovovich beats his ass, okay? He's dead, right? So, after that, the movie just kind of ends with him being, like, revived, and they hook up. After they beat the church and win, and everybody's dead. And that's the movie. None of the fight scenes are good. None of the lighting's good. Nothing's good about this movie. Don't go watch it. The end. Like, subscribe. Thank you.
Our power grows stronger by the...
I love my popcorn. Movies, popcorn.